Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Levine, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. And for Memphis, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. Yeah, he's looking pretty much unstoppable. Morant making the defense regret that physicality.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. DeRozan against Bane. That one goes in.
Getting aggressive inside. DeRozan refuses to waste that opportunity. And he's drawing those whistles. A couple quick ones back to back.
Second team foul.
Morant against Ellis. Poke loose.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
Murray kicks to Valanciunas. Screened by Valanciunas. There's Ellis with the 3-ball. Hits it from 3-point range.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
The Kings have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Out to DeRozan. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
DeRozan not trying to do too much inside.
Morant with it. Now defended by Levine. Bane, no good.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And that one's good, Ellis.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
To end the run, and Morant will lay it in. Morant's got 7. And as a coach, Dan, what's something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's 2 things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything. From the way we practice, to the way we prepare for games, to the way we...
In the air, it's down hard! Woo!
Oh, stop.
Morant looking around. And then Morant slams it in.
Well, this is what the fans want to see. Morant showing off all of his superb athleticism.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. One thing he pointed out in particular was Valanciunas' ability to control the glass. Coach said we block out some nights better against him than others, but we can't play soft against this guy. So they'll have to try and keep a body on him at all times. Kevin, back to you.
And that is a great finish!
Oh, my gosh.
And showing some creativity. Murray smooth and lethal.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul. Morant with a wide-open look. Good on the 3-point shot. He's got 12.
Yeah, Morant just continuing to assert himself offensively.
So, Stan, the Grizzlies trio of John Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
We all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
DeRozan passes to Murray. Here's Edey. He's covered by Murray. Pass to Edey. And he makes good on the layup.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Levine. And Levine with the slam.
Well, that was impressive. There are only a few players in the league who can pull that off.
Ellis against Morant. Driving in. Here's Heady. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Here's Wells. And the dunk by Wells.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And way to seize the opportunity. Levine just smashing that one home.
Morant with it. He's got 14. From the arc. Drills the three-pointer. Morant's got 17.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense. Creating.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. And Levine showing off his explosive leaping ability there off the drive.
And it's Morant missing. Kings leading now by 3. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Murray, no good.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Outside for Jackson, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Desmond Bain. Coming off a terrific season, he was around 23 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
Buries it from 3-point range.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
And there's the foul. It's on Keegan Murray. That's his first foul. The 3 from Morant. The long-distance 3 is buried. Morant's got 20.
He's already got 9 points from 3-point range. They need to pay attention to him wherever he is.
Levine dishes to DeRozan. Outside for Murray. He's off on that one. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Morant against Ellis. Jackson, a screen on Ellis. There's the lob to Jackson, and Memphis turns it over again.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Valanciunas. A very nice season for him last year. 16th in shooting percentage. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And a guy who rarely takes a bad shot. I love the way he plays. Completely unselfish with the basketball. I think he'd rather pass it off.
Woo! Wow! Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. And contact on the shot. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
At the line for your Grizzlies, Ja Morant. Taking 2 shots. The play is under review.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Marc said, "I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me." Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, DA. Thank you. Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Jackson, a screen on Ellis. Payne for 3. And Valanciunas pulls it down.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Stan, in a league of stretch bigs, Jonas Valanciunas is a true center.
He is, Kevin, and look, he'll occasionally take a 3, but Jonas lives in the paint. He throws around that 265-pound frame. It's hard to defend him because we just don't see a lot of post players anymore.
And finished off by Morant.
Well, no one gets to the hole better than Ja. His first step is unreal.
Levine up top. His last outing with 20 points.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Kings leading now by 4. DeRozan in the corner. From downtown, Levine can't hit. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
He is such a blur in transition. Morant goes from 0 to 60 faster than a sports car.
Shots good by Ellis. There's 21 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And here's Morant. He's got 26. From deep three-point land, it's hauled in by the Kings. For 3, Levine buried from outside. But I don't know. I think
2 minutes are allowed to review.
we have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. We're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Checking out the Kings, you really get to see what they're made of. After your hard work in the offseason, yeah, you have big.
And so thinking about the first half of this game, it's likely we'll see some adjustments for the Memphis Grizzlies. Thanks for spending half.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
Well, when you've got a player with the energy and athleticism he has, it can make for a big night when he gets it going.
On the court right now for the Kings, they've got Monk. Sabonis is out there with Lyons. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's LaRavia in at the 3. Here's Sabonis, and slam dunk by Sabonis.
And loving the aggression from Sabonis, going right up for the dunk there. Nice.
Monk against Kennard. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Lyles. Sacramento leading by 10. Monk for three. Kennard with the rebound. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Sabonis grabs the board. Kings have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think...
And out of the rafters, he punched it in!
Are you kidding me?
I tell you, Monk has some bunnies on it. I mean, he leaps up there with ease to throw that one down. The D has got to be a little bit more aware of his athleticism.
Pass to Huff. A 3-ball. Here's Clark. Second shot opportunity. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Sabonis.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
After back-to-back 50-win seasons, Dan, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27-55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
Just 2 to shoot. It's good. Monk's got 4 points in the quarter.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And Crowder slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. It's good.
Usually just seen as a knockdown shooter, Kennard has good instincts as a passer as well.
And then Monk with the dunk.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Kennard, the pass to Clark. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Well, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. The shot's good from Monk.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Kennard's shot is off.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Sacramento leading by 14. The kick out to Sabonis. Off target from 3-point range. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant. But that one scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough. And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Kennard's shot is off.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Monk, the pass to Sabonis. Rebounded by Jackson. Pass to LaRavia. That falls. Nice feed that time from Sabonis. LaRavia's got his first 3 points of the game. Kennard against Crowder. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Monk kicks to Crowder. Back to Monk. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Kings lead by... And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The Grizzlies trail by 17. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Wells. And it's Edey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Well, yeah, there's that explosiveness we talk about with Morant. He gets off the floor with such ease.
Murray, the pass to DeRozan. No good from outside. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. Morant outside. Launches from deep. Hits the three-point bomb. Morant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Here's Valanciunas, and he banks in the layup. And the Kings lead by 14.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Bane against DeRozan. Murray down low. Outside Levine. And there's the drive. And the jam by Levine.
Well, the defense has got to know. When Levine is getting hot like this, they're in for a long night.
Stolen by Ellis. Levine finds DeRozan. Back to Levine. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got 3 assists now in this one. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Sacramento.
Well, they've shown just that.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And he can get to the rim with the best of them. Morant always finds a way.
Levine's shot is off.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Kings leading now by 16.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. They set the screen. And it's Morant missing. Kings have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. From deep, Ellis. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Here's Levine. It's rebounded by Memphis. It's tipped. Outside, Bane. Pass to Edey. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound collected by Levine.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
No good on the triple. And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. A shot by Wells, no good. Kings leading now by 21.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Sacramento.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Zach LaVine.
He came out with great energy and effort, doing everything he could possibly do to help his team.
52 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Morant against Ellis. It's Morant with the drop. Sacramento in total control. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Murray outside. Pass to Valanciunas. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Valanciunas sets a screen for LaVine. 5 to shoot. Going inside. Sacramento gets it back. Fader on the way. Valanciunas, good.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Here's Morant. Oh, wow, what a quick move inside.
That is incredible.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. So, for Greg Anthony, stand.
Wednesday night. All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Green. And it's Post in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for the Grizzlies, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Jackson in at the small forward position. The drive by Morant. And this early in the season, there are still so many unknowns, Greg.
You're right. You learn a little about each team in the preseason. But once the games count, things really start coming into focus.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. After the basket by Memphis on the other end. Now here's Jackson. No good on the three. And the ball out of play. The Grizzlies will have it.
Such a risky pass. Hopefully he thinks twice about attempting that again.
The Grizzlies have gone 1 for 3 so far. Jackson, the screen. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And you know you're always going to see some highlights when Morant is on the court. I mean, he loves to use that incredible 44-inch vertical.
Now here's Curry. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And here's Butler outside. The Grizzlies pull it in. Victory eluded them the last time they faced the Warriors.
They just couldn't get it done against this team last time. Their starters got into quick trouble because of some cheap fouls.
But I'm sure they learned their lesson from that game. They know they can't afford to have their first unit unavailable when the game is at critical junctures this time around.
Here's Moody following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Outside Curry. Let's go with a three. The rebound by Jackson.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
And here are the Warriors now, following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Curry passes to Butler. Clock at 6. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
That is a tough 2 right there from Butler. Really his calling card. Rugged play and 100% effort.
Now here's Morant. He has 6. Driving to the basket. Oh, misses the dunk.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Jimmy determined there just to get inside and fight for an opportunity to get an attempt up.
Well, Brent, there are only a handful of players in the league with the big game experience of Butler.
Yeah, and those big games, BA, are where he's had some of his best moments. It's been on several different teams as well, so the bigger the game gets, the bigger Jimmy Butler appears to show up.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that 3.
Curry looking it over. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. And the basket is good.
It's a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
Morant with the slam!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Butler, a screen on Morant. Left side, Butler. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Yeah, the Grizzlies head coach and I were able to chat. I asked him about Jimmy Butler and what his defensive scheme is for him, and coach said to not let him bully us from the interior and mid-range. We want to push him as far out as possible. We have to play tough. Let's see if they're able to accomplish this, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie.
Once John Morant gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Ja is feeling it tonight.
Drive by Curry. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Curry's got 6.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Morant. The rebound by Post.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Curry with it. Jackson in his pocket. Left side, Green. Pass to post. Deflects the pass. Payne, no good.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
Now here's Moody. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And the Warriors get it back. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, we know he's undersized for the position, but Draymond Green does the work of several men, including how he forces the D that time to foul.
And both free throws good for Green. Here's Morant. He's got 13. Three seconds left. He can't hit that time. Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Memphis. His fingerprints were... And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Memphis.
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Jackson in at the 3. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Here's Butler. Butler gets all the way to the cup.
Kind of fun when you have a fast break where guys want to join you, and Jimmy Butler, he's a member of the party.
Morant against Butler. And it's Morant off the drive.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
From deep, Morant. The Warriors pull it in. And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Morant on his way. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
Here's Moody. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Moody's gotten 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you what, their execution just continues to impress.
And here's Morant outside. Here's Edey, and that one is stuffed right through.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out, just going right for the slam.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, "I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that. To me, winning was the most important thing."
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. Curry's shot is off. Memphis trailing here. From deep, Morant. No good that time.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
And while we have a break, here were some of the top free throw shooters in the game last season. Stephen Curry is second.
Very steady at the line. He's the guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
Curry from inside.
Just another day at the office for Steph Curry, making this look easy.
Right side, Morant. Pass to Jackson. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the tray. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball. One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Jackson for three. They get it again. Pass to Jackson. Over Curry. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Oh, here's Moody with a drive. Good. Moody's got 6.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And it's Morant with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
The boundless athleticism Morant has is really special. He's someone that is always in attack mode.
One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Pass to Jackson. Over Green. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Warriors have gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. The three dropped in by Jimmy Butler.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
Here's Morant. 18 points for him. Launches a three. Oh, a bomb from John.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Memphis. He's been effective on offense, racking up 21 points so far in this contest. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just forced turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
And now we get to check out the... That's it for us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
This whole first half looked like a highlight reel, rising up and just owning the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. Kuminga is out there with Buddy Hield. Then it's Trace Jackson-Davis. Then there's Gary Payton II. And it's Podziemski in at the point.
And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And Brent, you've always seen the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, BA, a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
Well, the Grizzlies shooting the ball at 48% so far. Counted. Clark's got his first 2 points of the night.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Podziemski's got his second basket of the night. Here's Kennard. And the Grizzlies get another bucket right there.
And that's a quick draw from Kennard, just pulling up before the defense has a chance to react.
Payton against Williams. Right side, Payton. Kuminga with a screen on Williams. Here's Payton. Drops in the three.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Kennard for three. Great D that time from Podziemski.
Yeah, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Outside Payton. Back to Podziemski. Pass to Jackson Davis. Outside Payton. Beyond the arc. Kept alive. Outside Kuminga. Inside. Second chance effort. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And now looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here's a view of which teams last year got after it with their shot blocking. The Grizzlies 4th.
What we saw last season, they really made an effort to get every man in the paint, and that forced guys to try and shoot over them. That's where you get huge block numbers.
And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step, Greg.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players and still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right.
Podziemski into the lane. And yep, it's good. Podziemski's got 6 in the quarter. Grizzlies trail by 3. Kennard outside. There's a screen. Kicks it out to Clark. Fires from deep. Jackson Davis grabs the miss.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
To the middle. And here's Kuminga for 3. And he can't get that one.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down. But when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Here's Payton. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Payton with just big-time vertical.
Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And he lobs it up to the rim. Gets stolen by Hield. Here's Jackson Davis, and he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
The shot by Podziemski, no good. Grizzlies trail by 5. Kennard outside. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And Kennard saw the opening, got up there, and really threw it down.
Williams against Payton. To the paint.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Kennard for 3. That shot off. The Warriors lead by 5. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Kuminga's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Kuminga hits enough of those to keep you honest.
Kennard outside. Here's Wells. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Oh, come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the... And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. G.G. Jackson is out there with Jackson, and it's Edey in at the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Goes up on the wing, and again, it's Golden State.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high-octane a game as you're going to find.
Oh, athletic move from Morant.
And that's Morant for you. Not settling. When he sees the opening, he goes for it.
Curry against Morant. Pass to Green. Outside Moody. Outside Curry. Tipped. Morant surveying the floor. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's out.
In place. We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team. He kept it real with this team, telling them, I know you feel good about this lead, but let's not get lazy. Let's not act like this is a sure thing all of a sudden. Looking to keep their focus on the task at hand. Brian?
And Allie, thanks. You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Curry against Bain. Launches it. Gets the three ball to go. Bain's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Jackson with it. Green picks him up. Outside Morant. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
Pass to post. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Edey's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Morant. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Warriors. The Warriors lead by 5. Outside Curry. There's a screen. Pass to post. Back to Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, Curry, what a tough finish.
He can score on you in bunches. Curry doing it all in this one.
The drive by Morant, and fouled as he went up to dunk. Good aggressive move. He'll shoot a pair.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they found success off the drive, creating a lot of buckets by getting into the teeth of the defense.
Well, another part of what they've done tonight is to get a lot of work done in the mid-range. And that's a shot that a lot of teams are willing to let you take. Well, they've knocked him down.
Back to Curry. Outside Moody. And stolen by Bain. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Here's Jackson. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done.
At this stage of the game, the offensive rebounding and putback is massive. It feels like a 4-point swing.
Yeah, and you know who your Warriors are by plays like that. They make it when it matters most.
Curry passes to Butler. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Jimmy Butler is one of the respected guys when it comes to these moments to play in the clutch.
And there's the cherry on top. Excellent trip up the floor to build out this lead.
From deep, Morant. No good. Ooh, good work defensively by Butler. Pass to Curry. The three. Court three, Stephen Curry.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. To the inside, Post. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Outside Moody. Pass to Post. Here's the three. And the Warriors with another three.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. It ends up being a fairly even. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Memphis is absolutely buzzing with anticipation. Each team with their first game of the season here tonight.
The key now is making sure your season starts with a win. That first dub is a catalyst to the start of your season. Helps you find a rhythm very early.
Now Golden State's starting five. Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Draymond Green. Then it's Butler. And it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint. 3 on the clock. It's Curry outside. Rebounded by Valanciunas. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. Curry with it. Now guarded by Murray. Butler kicks to Green. Pass to Curry. Back to Green. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis.
Golden State ball.
Curry against Ellis. This one for 3, and Stephen Curry gets the 3.
His shooting motion is just so impeccable. Curry's long ball is one of the prettiest shots in the game.
RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his three-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen, simply because how he changed the game.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, the Kings head coach gave me a few minutes, and we talked about facing off against Jimmy Butler, and the coach said, you have to compete. No one in the league plays harder than Jimmy. He's a guy who gives his all on both ends, so you can't take one possession off. Jimmy Butler, truly a two-way star. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks.
Uses the pick to just perfection. Levine knocking it down.
And here is Moody. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. To the right side. Post hands it from downtown.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Levine with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. And the jam by Levine.
One of the best dunkers of this era. Levine loves to put on a show.
Curry against Ellis. Curry passes to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Murray kicks to Ellis. Beyond the arc. They get it back. Puts up a 3. Connects from three-point range.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Pass to Post. Ellis against Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Takes it inside. Great defense that time from Ellis.
And to put things simply, this has not been his forte.
Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
Curry, wide open, offline with his 3.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you've got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And DeRozan kicks to Ellis. Levine a screen on Curry. On the wing, Levine. 6 on the shot clock. And Levine with the slam.
Oh, Zach Levine, he's already won multiple dunk contests. Maybe another?
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Another miss by Curry.
Just an ugly show for him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
For 3, Levine. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
We've seen the evolution of Levine as a three-point shooter. He's gained the confidence behind the arc, and he makes an impact there consistently. I like the intention, the focus, finding a way to make it work inside.
Sacramento shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And Ellis drops them both.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Curry on the wing. He's started by Ellis. The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Ellis. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Curry can't get it to go. Outside, Levine. Murray is screen on Butler. Levine kicks to Murray. Here's Valanciunas. And so it's Sacramento with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Sacramento.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Moses Moody. Jimmy Butler is out there with Green. Then it's Curry. And it's Post in at the 5. Curry looking it over. Pass to Post. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Post has got 6.
The way that Curry reads the floor, he could get double-digit assists on any night if he wanted to.
Levine with it. Now Green defending. Ellis kicks to DeRozan. And finished off by DeRozan.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Outside Curry. Shoots the 3. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
It's Ellis on the wing. Valanciunas sets a screen for Ellis. And it's slammed in by Ellis.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Ulrich. David?
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract limits. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money. A star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. Wow! Magical moves inside from Steph Curry. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. I think we have a beautiful game now.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Curry, good.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
Out to the right wing, and a wide-open look for Valanciunas. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Curry. On the wing, Green. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. With the break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. Number 5, the Warriors.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense. But what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the 3-ball, stretching the floor, allowing for more space for his shooters.
Butler against Ellis. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Butler's got his first 2 points of the night.
Butler is smart and knows to take what you give him. If the mid-range is open, he'll take it.
And Ellis throws it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Ellis against Curry. Pass to post. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort. You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
The shot by Curry, no good.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
For 3, Levine. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Warriors trail by 5. Here's Moody. 24 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Trains the three-pointer. Moody's got his second basket of the night.
And I like the way they're using the entire court here in the second quarter. The three-point percentage has gone through the roof.
Levine finds DeRozan. Over in the corner, Ellis. Valanciunas with a screen on Curry. Ellis wide open. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. At Sacramento, they lead by 2. It's time now to go courtside as we thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first.
Well, I think for the Warriors, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone Taking a look now at that first half. How about the strong play of Zach LaVine?
And what he did to those defenders.
That'll do it for our show.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
We've got Trey Lyles, Malik Monk out there with Jay Crump. Then it's Sabonis, and it's LaRavia in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Hield the pass to Kuminga. Hield against Lyles for the lead. Hield can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Monk attacking, and then Monk with the dunk.
Turns on the Jets for that drive. Monk's quickness is sometimes deceptive.
And RJ Malik Monk has evolved into an elite bench threat.
Has always had the game for that role. Letting him be that spark plug guy suits him perfectly. And when he's hot, he is as dangerous as anyone in this league.
Hield with the bucket.
Nice move. Hield showing he's not just a three-point shooter.
Monk outside. And then Monk with the jam.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. But Jemski's shot is good.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's LaRavia, and that one, good. LaRavia's got his first points in this one.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Shot by Pajemski, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Out left of the wing. Screen by Sabonis. Monk for 3. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Warriors trail by 5. Payton from outside. Monk grabs the board.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Pass to LaRavia. Back to Monk. Here's LaRavia. The Kings need to get off a shot here. The shot by Monk is no good. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Over in the corner, Kuminga.
2 minutes remaining.
Shoots over Lyles. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Kings leading now by 5. Outside Crowder, pass to Monk. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Well, despite some uneven shooting from him, they're still out in front.
1:32 left here in the third quarter. Here's Pajemski. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Inside. Lyles passes to Monk. Lyles sets a screen for Monk. Pajemski grabs the board. Warriors trail by 5. Hield outside. Looking for Payton. He gets it there. And that one, good.
The playmaking of Hield, it's really improved over the years.
Here's Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Pass to Jackson Davis. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Sabonis. Monk finds Sabonis. It's blocked. Hield outside. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he drives in. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Valanciunas with a screen on Payton. And Valanciunas kicks to Murray. Kick out to Levine. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next.
And so it's Sacramento heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back to the action in just a minute. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them And what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page, woo.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Jimmy Butler is out there with Green. Then there's Moses Moody. Then it's Curry. And it's Post in at the 5 down low. Monk with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Monk's shot's good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
There's a screen. There's Curry. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period. Despite his relatively quiet night, they are still winning, and that just shows this team is more than just about one guy.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Monk. Wide open look here for Murray, and another 3 for Sacramento.
Look at the versatility from Murray, moving around the floor, hitting the stop and pop. That's not easy.
Monk against Curry. Butler sets a screen for Curry. Right side, Butler. Pass to Post. 5 on the clock. Goes back up. Outside for Curry. Back to Butler. Curry, a screen on Levine. Oh, Butler draining the 3.
And he's had his ups and downs from distance, but Jimmy Bucket's always aggressive, looking to score.
Levine passes to Murray. On the wing, Levine. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Here's Curry with the 3, and Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Pass to DeRozan. And here is Murray. Now Monk. Outside for Murray. Lets it go from deep. Draymond Green pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
A nice shot by Moody.
As team first as anyone in this league, Green is always looking to dish.
Here's Monk. Sweet little floater. Monk's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Fires away from outside. Rebound collected by Levine. Kings leading now by 9. On the wing, Murray. And by Green. The open shot by Valanciunas. Draymond Green grabs the miss.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
Here's Curry. Pass to Post. Back to Curry. Here's the 3. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
For 3. On the wing, Green. Monk defending. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And so Monk will bring it up for Sacramento. They have a 9-point lead. Shots good from Butler. Now here's Levine. To the paint. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
Curry can't get it to go. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Levine finds DeRozan. 1 for 3. Offensive rebound. Levine wide open. No good on the 3. So it's Sacramento picking up the win even early on. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Along with great...
Opening lineup for Memphis. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bain. Jaren Jackson out there with Gigi Jackson, and it's Edey in at the 5 spot. And for Sacramento, DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ellis in at the 1. Valanciunas with a screen on Morant. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions. But tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Edey, that's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Murray. 9 points for him in his last game. Buries it from 3.
Well, LaVine is a volume three-point shooter for a reason. More often than not, he's going to make that.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. From deep. Hits a three-pointer.
Yeah, he's so confident on that pull-up now. That's why the defense can't afford to give him any space.
Well, Coach, one of the more electric players in the NBA, Ja Morant.
Yeah, that's for sure, Brian. High-flying, acrobatic at the rim, just a supreme athlete. And he is, without a doubt, one of the most exciting players this league has to offer.
On the wing, DeRozan. Just over a minute and a half in. Now, oh, a big slam!
Oh my gosh, the athleticism.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Morant with the slam!
Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
Now here's LaVine. He's covered closely. Here's Ellis. That drops. And it comes off an assist from LaVine.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks. Yeah, Sacramento's head coach and I were able to chat briefly, and we discussed his plan for Ja Morant. Coach smiled and said, I just told my guys to stay ready out there, ready for anything, because Morant can do so many surprising things. We just have to stay on our toes. Hopefully that flexible mindset helps the defense keep up with Morant's antics out there. BA?
Okay, thank you, Allie.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. DeRozan. Outside LaVine. Three-pointer, no good.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
From deep, Morant. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
You can tell he's feeling it. Hasn't missed a single shot all quarter.
Well, Grant, the Kings, one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, BA. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
The Kings leading. Here's Murray. Oh, okay!
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and that was a big-time flush. I love whenever Murray takes flight like this.
There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound by Sacramento.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And it's out of bounds to Sacramento.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Now here's LaVine. He's got 13. Here's Ellis, pounded by Morant. Ellis, good. Ellis has gotten his second bucket.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
And there's the screen. Down low. Here's Edey. Pass to Wells. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Here's Levine for three. Missed it. 5 for 7 from the field.
That's staying connected to the shooter and timing the contest.
What a passer Bane has become.
Sacramento has gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. 9 seconds separating the shots.
Wow. Well, that was impressive. There are only a few players in the league who can pull that off.
And it's Moran off the drive. And then Moran with the dunk.
Oh, neither of these teams can miss. At the same time, neither is playing a ton of defense either.
Outside Levine. The three is up. And that doesn't go either for Levine. Stripped it away. Gets it off. No good. Misses at the buzzer. Zach Levine. He's been the guy making things happen. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
Well, I've also really loved watching them connect from the in-between area. I mean, they're finding ways to do damage consistently from there.
DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Zach Levine. And it's Ellis in at point guard. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Murray from outside. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up. DeRozan's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away. I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Levine against Bane. Here's Ellis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ellis has got 6.
Nice job there by Levine, making the extra pass and putting it on the money.
From deep, Bane sends it home from three-point land.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And Levine, here we go.
And Levine showing off his explosive leaping ability there off the drive.
Stan, certain NBA teams take on the identity of their home. Like the Grizzlies, for example. They call Memphis Grind City.
Well, Brian, I think it's a perfect fit. Hard-working people in a hard-working city, and they want a hard-working team.
Now here's DeRozan. Yet to see a basket. That one drops for him.
When DeRozan sees these lanes open up, he doesn't think twice about attacking. Nice initiative there.
From deep, Moran. Here's Edey. Pass to Bane. Oh, 3 chances on that possession, but they just can't find a way to score. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
They get the rebound. Grizzlies trail by 6. And there's Edey. That's good. And the assist by Jackson.
Well, this offense is so much better when Jackson moves the ball.
Murray from outside. Murray! Good from way out.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
From deep, Moran knocks it down from distance. Moran's got 5 points now this quarter.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
Kicks it to DeRozan. Out to the right wing. DeRozan, a screen on Moran. Here's Ellis. And the Kings with another 3.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
DeRozan against Moran. Here's Wells. Valanciunas with a rebound. Sacramento leading by 7. Levine with it. He's picked up by Bane. Levine passes to Murray. Oh, stolen by Morant. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, one nickname you hear for DeMar DeRozan is the lone mid-ranger. He said you can operate freely in the mid-range. It's like an ocean.
Monstrous jam by Levine.
Well, the defense has got to know, when Levine is getting hot like this, they're in for a long night.
DeRozan for three. Pass to Levine.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. And it's Morant with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 11. They just couldn't come out on top last time they... Oh, an impossible move! Ja Morant!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Levine feeling it out a bit from behind the arc. And Levine, throw it down.
Well, he might be a bit wiry, but Levine has the strength to take a bump and finish at the rim.
Morant with it. 20 points for him. Off the mark there with a three.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
And stolen by Bane. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Shoots over Levine. Bane, no good. In transition, here they come. The three from DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas. And so it's the Sacramento Kings. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Back after this.
Yeah, when Zach LaVine is rolling, he's fun to watch. An incredible athlete, dunk contest champion, multiple.
And there's more NBA. And that is going to do it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
His whole first half looked like a highlight reel, rising up and just owning the rim.
Well, they've got to build a wall immediately because he'll just keep attacking like that if they don't.
On the court for Memphis, they've got Williams. He's out there with Luke Kennard, and it's Clark in at the four-man spot. Williams against Crowder. 6 to shoot. Here's Clark. Kicks it out to Kennard. Back to Clark. Jacks up a three. And again, it's Memphis missing.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors, starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Lyles a screen. It's Monk on the wing, defended by Kennard. Lyles a screen. Here's Monk. Memphis with a rebound.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Kennard way outside. They grab their own miss. Huff, the layup off target.
Things have been a little bumpy coming into the second half. 5 straight misses.
Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Crowder against Kennard. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Crowder. Monk for 3. Crowder outside. It's tipped. They get it back. Another shot. Williams grabs the board.
This is not how they wanted to start the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Hey, expanding his range. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Recently, player health has been the big talking point around the Memphis Grizzlies stand.
Yeah, B.A., look, and it's really a shame to have such a talented, dynamic team have to deal with all those constant what-ifs and have their seasons so affected by things outside of their control, it's tough.
Kennard for three. It's rebounded by Sabonis.
All right, I'm just going to say it. He's 0 for the game. Might be time to stop shooting the ball.
Crowder, that's good.
And setting the table for his guys. Sabonis is such a shrewd and cunning distributor.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance. Soft interior D, and they've exploited it. He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he? Kennard passes to Huff. Here's Clark. Lays it up and banks it in. Clark's gotten his first basket of the night.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Here's Sabonis. Back to Monk. Three-pointer. Sabonis in the post. Up and over Kennard. Nails the baby hook. And the Kings lead by 18.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Kennard against Crowder. Crowder with a steal. Pass to Monk. Now Sabonis. Three-pointer.
First personal foul.
Grizzlies trail by 18. Kicks it out to Clark. Lets it fly. And another basket for Memphis.
Yeah, you have to be so worried about Kennard's shot. That opens things up for others.
Lyles a screen. Monk passes to Lyles. Now here's Sabonis. Now Monk. 6 points for him. Kennard with the rebound. The three ball. He drops it from range. Kennard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
The three. No good on the buzzer beater. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ellis in at the point guard position. That's the five out there for the Kings. Here's Morant. Ooh, tried to dunk it home, but he drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. You know, Coach, when you watch Ja Morant play, it's hard to think of anyone else as explosive as he is.
Yeah, Brian, he can make a defender look like he's standing still. The burst that Morant has with his first step is unrivaled. Probably the best burst in the entire league.
Truly is a human highlight reel in this modern day.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
And it's Edey missing. The Kings lead by 14. LaVine with it, guarded by Morant. Here's Ellis. No good with the triple. And the Grizzlies shooting just 42% so far in the game. Jackson outside. To the middle. Right side Morant. Morant flashes his vertical there.
Well, this is Morant at his very best. His teammates need to just continue getting him the ball and letting him do his thing.
Shot is good by Levine.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And the dunk by Levine.
Well, that's just the length and athleticism on display from Zach Levine. Gets the steal and takes it all the way.
Sacramento has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. To the paint. Murray against Jackson. Murray passes to Valanciunas. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Kicks it out to Bane. Back to Morant from outside the arc. The offensive rebound. Fires for 3. That shot off the mark.
Well, he had a great first half from three-point range, but hasn't quite gotten his touchback since the break.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's... Oh, he packs it down!
That is incredible.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Well, if you went into the lab and created the perfect wing, it might be Desmond Bane, coach.
Well, Brian, this guy's so strong. He can guard bigger guys, and his three-point numbers are crazy. Desmond Bane's well over a 40% three-point shooter for his career.
Out of bounds. It'll be Kings ball.
Sacramento ball.
Sacramento leading by 16. Left side, Levine. Fires the 3. He's off on that one. The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. That one goes in.
Well, Morant knows his teammates rely on him to find them. Terrific pass right there.
Pass to Valanciunas. And he drives in. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
Levine against Jackson. Will stand the minimum games threshold for postseason awards. It seems to be working as a motivator.
Well, especially, Brian, because those awards can impact player contracts. So that benchmark, 65 games, about 80% of the schedule, that's a bar that players are looking to surpass.
Do you like the 65 games, or would you like to see a different number?
I mean, I think it's great. If anything, I'd like to see it higher. Well, yeah, there's that explosiveness we talk about with Morant. He gets off the floor with such ease.
Levine, good.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Kings.
This team did a lot of things well tonight. Number 1 was passing the ball.
And it was a team that was in rhythm, and they just trusted each other to take the right shots.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And with this victory, they conclude this season series, having won 3 out of 4 games these two teams played.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Zach Levine.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
And it's Morant missing.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. It's a 14-point game. The 3 from Bane. Valanciunas with a rebound. Now here's Levine. And they get it back. Fires from way outside. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true.
Welcome, everyone. Now look at Memphis's starting group. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. G.G. Jackson is out there with Jackson. And it's Edey in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Warriors, Moody is out there with Curry. And there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Green. And it's Post in at center. And this season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
Jimmy's got the ball. Jimmy can be a menace, so Butler keeping the defense guessing there.
Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I talked with head coach Steve Kerr. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Edey after the Warriors pick up 3. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
And I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Green with a screen for Butler. There's the drive. Pass to Post. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And so it's Golden State with it. Left side, Butler. Over Bane. Butler, no good.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
It's Morant with the drive. And Morant throws it down.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shot at the rim.
And that one drops.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And here are the Warriors now, following the miss by Ja Morant from deep. Here's Post. Edey with the rebound. Butler with the steal. And the rejection by Jackson. The kick outside to Butler. There's the screen. Shot clock at 6. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Post misses the shot. And so it's Bane who brings up the ball for Memphis. They trail by 1. And Jimmy Butler put together, Brent, one of the all-time playoff runs, leading the Heat to the finals in 2023.
Yeah, you don't want to live in or dwell on the past, but man, Miami being the 8th seed that year, Kevin, and with Jimmy putting up 38 a game in that first round against the Bucks. Guy earned the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals. What a run.
And here is Curry, following Ja Morant's 3. They kick it out to Green. Green with a screen on Bane. A nice shot by Moody. Moody's got 5 now.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Fantastic instincts there by Morant, sizing up the D and then just taking what he sees.
And the basket by Curry.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Golden State's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. There's 57 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Post. Here's the screen. Moody with it. Already down by Jackson. 3-pointer. Butler. And Bane pulls it down. Down low. Puts the move on. And Morant finishes inside. 11 points in the game.
Now that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Pass to Post. Here's Butler. 6 to shoot. And he converts the layup.
That is a tough 2 right there from Butler. Really his calling card. Rugged play and 100% effort.
They set the pick. Grant. They grab their own miss. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. So Edey will go to the free throw line. They get Stephen Curry. Memphis shooting their first free throw of the evening. He can't get that one. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
They've got Moses Moody. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the 5 down low. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Now Curry, following the miss by Ja Morant from deep. Just 3 to shoot. To the middle, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Second, Stephen Curry.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Morant against Butler. Morant outside. Driving to the basket. The rebound by Post. Post has got 4 rebounds in this game. Moody the pass to Green. Buries the long-range jumper. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Tough to contest that one. Draymond went right up into a one-piece shooting motion.
Now here's Morant for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Morant outside. Morant with another miss.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
A legendary competitor. Butler with no fear taking it hard to the hoop.
Now here's Morant. Guarded closer. Outside Jackson. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
They really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
The turnover margin was well within their favor, and you have to point to that ferocious D they played as the biggest factor in that win.
Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Curry is inside. Guarded by Morant. Got a hand on it. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
And a chance to check out the stats for Draymond Green. Good season for him last year. Put up 8 points per game, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
He keeps playing like this, and you know in arenas, especially at home, when the star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
From past the arc, a nice shot by Moody. Moody's got the lead up to 5 now for the Warriors. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do, because right now they feel like the faster team. What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Here's Morant. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Morant's got 16.
We all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
Wow, magical moves inside from Steph Curry.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Bane looking around. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the drive and kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Curry. He's got 12.
Your superstar is as unselfish as Steph Curry is. That's what gets other guys going.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
There's the pick. Bane for 3. It's good from long range. Bane's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Curry outside, and that one released in time, but no good. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Well, I think for the Warriors, you really get to see what they're made of. After your hard work in the offseason, yeah, you have big.
And now revisiting that first half for Steph Curry, he was lights out.
He came in on a mission.
And that'll do it for half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been foul.
First team foul. At the line for the Dubs.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Great sign for the offense when Kennard can start to handle the ball and make plays like that.
Here's Podziemski. Kennard covering. Hit by Kuminga. Here's Podziemski. Bangs home the trifecta. Podziemski's got himself on the board with 3 there.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
And Brandon Podziemski gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Clark sets a screen for Kennard. And Clark slams it in.
Kennard making a good read that time, and he's an underrated playmaker.
Here's Pajemski. Kennard covering. And he makes that one. Pajemski's got 5 points in the quarter. Here's Kennard. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. They get the rebound. No good from Clark. Warriors leading by 5. Payton drives in. And it's Pajemski in the corner. Six on the shot clock. Top of the key. The shot, no good.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Pajemski finds Heel. No one near Payton as he lets it go. That three off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Kennard with the ball. For the tie. The shot, no good. The Warriors have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. By Heel, nobody around, and the three ball is good. Heel's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. There's 1:54 left in the third. A nice shot by Huff.
And good vision from Kennard there, just spotting the shooter who's ready to knock it down.
Here's Pajemski. He has 5. Healed outside. And a miss there on the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Here's Wells. Good D by Heel. The Warriors have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Here's Pajemski. Kennard covering. Offensive rebound. Payton outside. Tries again. Good as the jump shot falls.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Kicked by Clark. Kennard's shot is off. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for Golden State. 6-point game. Jackson Davis. And the layup falls.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
There's the triple. Kennard's shot is off.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Wells. Fires from deep. It's another look. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Clark. The Warriors have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Here's Pajemski. Kennard covering. Driving inside. They kick out to Heel. He gets it up. And he drains the 3, but let's see. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
First team foul.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. We've got Draymond Green, Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Post in at the 5. That's the Warriors' 5. It's 3 outside, and another 3 for Golden State.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Bane against Curry. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Moody, the bounce pass. Golden State moving the ball around. Outside Curry. Clock at 6. Latrey. Here's Moody. They kick it out to Green. Green, the screen. 3-pointer. And Draymond Green picks up the foul.
Draymond Green.
That is his first foul of the game. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Here's Bane. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Jackson. Terrific movement off of the dead ball situation, and a great play to get the bucket.
Pass to Post. Off target from outside.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
It's like reading a picture book for Morant. He makes it look insanely easy.
Morant with the steal. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight. Taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
Curry's shot is good.
This is just not a surprise. Steph Curry is having a massive offensive game.
Curry against Bane. To the inside. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Curry against Morant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts one up from 19. It's Butler that time on the assist by Green. And that's 10 points for Butler.
And Jimmy Buckets is alive.
Knocked away. And Green slams it in.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Here's Bane. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And made for the bright lights. Big bucket there from Bane.
Curry to the rim. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And Stephen Curry with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Bane. That one good for 2.
Striking fast inside. Bane isn't going to miss a chance at a look like that.
Here's Curry. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Oh, man, the baby-faced assassin stepping up right there. Such a great scorer, and what a situation for Steph to get it done.
Bane, no good.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Jackson with it. Now Green defending. Cuts off the pass. Inside. And Green slams it in.
Give them credit. They worked hard all game. Now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
A deep 3 from Bane. Misses the 3. It's tipped.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Green passes to Curry. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And here we go. Morant heading to the hoop. Woo. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Curry kicks to Green. Morant against Curry. So we see the Warriors get the win here. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but all right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David...
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ellis in at the point guard. And for the Warriors, we've got Butler. Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Green. And it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint. So many things to love about opening day. What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now. That is explosive athleticism by DeRozan. His dunks, oh, man, they'll make a rim shake.
LaVine against Butler. There's a screen. Pass to Post. Takes a 3. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes.
And in terms of wings, Butler is one of the best passers. And that starts with Jimmy's team-first mindset.
DeRozan passes to LaVine. Levine throws it down.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Zero fear from Curry inside. 2 more points in his Hall of Fame career.
Well, Richard, with the relocations and the floor he covers, Curry is still an anomaly with his conditioning.
Oh, he's got an off-season program that would make other NBA stars tap out, including myself. His conditioning is amongst the best of all time. It wears on you as a defender. Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Here's Levine for 3. Pure from three-point range. Levine's got 5.
We've seen the evolution of Levine as a three-point shooter. He's gained the confidence behind the arc, and he makes an impact there consistent.
Now here's Curry. Pass to post. Now here's Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
There's not much you can do to slow down Butler in the mid-range. He just gets to his spot and rises up.
Ellis passes to Levine. Murray, a screen on Butler. And here's Valanciunas. Here's Ellis. 9 points in his last outing.
I mean, with his height and size, stopping Valanciunas just isn't an option sometimes. What a jam.
Earlier, Allie LaForce spoke with head coach Steve Kerr. What'd you find out, Allie?
The message that he sent to his team is that they need to be laser focused on DeMar DeRozan. He told me DeRozan can expect to see plenty of double teams. He said if they're going to beat us tonight, DeMar's not going to be the guy to do it. And of course, DeMar may have something to say about that. We'll find out. Back over to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And the shot goes down. Levine's got his 3rd basket of the night. Golden State has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. The 3 from Curry. Can't get it to drop.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Richard, it comes as no surprise that Golden State is routinely at the top of the league for made threes.
That's how this team has been constructed. They are custom built to rain threes on you, and we've seen it be very, very effective.
Personal foul.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
Nails it from beyond the arc. Curry's got 5 now.
That is the sharpest weapon in Curry's arsenal. Most times you assume any three-point shot he gets up is going in.
Levine passes to Murray. Back to Levine, picked by Murray. Puts up a 3. Levine can't hit. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for the Warriors. They trail by 1. Pass to Moody. Green with a screen on DeRozan. Outside Moody. There's the triple. They get it back. Green. Second chance shot. Hauled in by the Kings. Levine surveys the D. From the baseline. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And at the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Sacramento's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
Moses Moody out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Draymond Green. Then there's Butler. And it's Post in at center. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter. Now here's Curry. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. You know, for all the accolades thrown Stephen Curry's way, Richard, I've heard you say he might be the best conditioned player ever.
Absolutely. When you think about all the ground he covers every single game, his stamina is still something that I will always be impressed with.
So it's the Warriors now. Sacramento getting their last shot to go. Curry finds some space. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Curry's got 7.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
DeRozan, a screen on Butler. Outside Levine. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to go on Moses Moody.
And Levine's combination of athleticism and shooting makes him dangerous. A multifaceted player with a strong work ethic.
All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Sacramento leading by 6. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Oh, Zach LaVine takes flight.
Oh, Zach LaVine, he's already won multiple dunk contests. Maybe another?
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. To the inside, Post. And that one's in. Nice feed on the play. Post has gotten his second bucket on the night.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Levine with a screen on Curry. Levine against Butler. Here's Ellis. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Richard, something you notice about these Kings, they shoot plenty of threes.
And that's the modern game for you, B.A. But Sacramento shoots especially freely. You are right. And those shots often connect, so I doubt that trend changes for them anytime soon.
It's his first trip to the line.
A multiple-time champion and relentless competitor. Curry's drive to be an all-time great, well, he's pretty much there. Now, he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Pass to Levine. Kicks it to DeRozan. DeRozan getting his feet wet in the paint.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
And there's a pick. Outside Curry. 1:43 left in the half. Outside Moody. From downtown. And again, no good by Golden State. The Kings lead by 8. Outside Levine. Kicks it to DeRozan. The 3 is up. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
He's a smart and intelligent offensive player. DeMar DeRozan for the short 3 out of the court. That's his second, and I think they'll keep him in, but he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
So it's the Warriors now. A minute 9 left in the second. The 3 from Curry.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Outside Levine. They kick it out to Murray. Oh! Murray making his presence felt inside.
Yeah, just a solid play by Murray. He knows where to get his shots.
The three from Curry. And count it. Now 4 for 9.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
Here's Levine. They kick it out to Murray. 23 seconds left in the first half. Count the basket. Murray's got 4 points this quarter.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Outside Curry. Here he goes. Butler up top. Outside Moody. Back to Butler. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Zach LaVine.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. And so it's Sacramento ending the quarter up 10. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. More 2K action in just a moment.
Hello. Hey, these guys are a bunch of artists, man. You know why? They live for the paint. Oh, that joke was...
And guys, let's take a moment to recognize the top performer. Thanks for tuning in.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Taking a look at the Kings, we've got Domantas Sabonis. Malik Monk is out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Trey Lyles, and it's LaRavia in at the small forward position. Outside Pajemski. He shoots. And it's LaRavia with a rebound.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And the Kings have held tough, but it seems like the West has gotten tougher, Gray.
Well, what's the saying? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Kings have to find that next level.
And the basket by Monk.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
Warriors trail by 12. Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Inside. Oh, Sabonis with the steal. Now the Kings in transition. And here's Crowder from the arc. Not going to go that time. Crowder with a steal. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And here's Sabonis outside. Drains the triple. Sabonis has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Kuminga with a screen on Monk. It's Pajemski on the wing. Monk covers. Shot clock at 6. The shot by Pajemski, no good.
Look, I know he wanted to answer with a 3 of his own, but you gotta play smarter. Play your game, not theirs.
And the basket by Monk.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And a foul called on Buddy Hield. That's his first foul.
And great job to establish position and square up.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to LaRavia. Sabonis with it. Payton with a steal. And here's Jackson Davis. He's scoreless. Outside Pajemski. Soft touch off the glass.
Pulling no punches, attacking the heart of that defense.
Lyles a screen. Monk for 3. Connects from downtown. Monk's got 7 points.
Confident stroke from Monk outside the arc.
Here's Pajemski. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's Crowder, and there are the Kings with another bucket.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Here's Kuminga. A good-looking shot from the wing. Kuminga's got his first points of the night. The Kings lead by 18. You know, when you look around the league at the young players, Kuminga is one of the stars.
It's hard to ignore the work that he's done in his young career. Already a part of a championship team. There is no doubt he's blossoming into a star in this league. We got to keep an eye out for him. You got to expect this from a high-quality shooter with range like Hill. He loves to let threes fly from everywhere.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
When it comes to winning big, basketball acumen is the difference. LeBron James said, quote, "The final 2 rounds of the playoffs, what's going to separate teams is IQ. There's moments in the game that a coach can't prepare you for, where you have to make adjustments right away. It's not experience, it's IQ."
He would know, Allie. Thanks. Picked by Sabonis. 51 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Good on the bucket.
Showing off his strength, Sabonis powers through the foul and gets it to fall.
Well, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61 consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah, it was the longest streak since the merger back in 1976. Now, Sabonis has led the NBA in rebounding multiple years. Plus, he has averaged 8 assists in a season, so that is big-time production.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Pass to LaRavia from the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State. Crowder with a steal. They break out 5-on-3. This one for 3. And that one's good. LaRavia.
3 points.
And the Kings lead by 17. Outside Pajemski. And the Warriors with another 3.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings, a sizable lead of 14 at the break, building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Stephen Curry is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's post in at the 5. That's the Warriors 5. Shot by Levine, no good.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Jumps up, and he hammers it home to polish off the break.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
On the wing, Green. Outside Butler. There's the 3. The rebound by Murray. The Kings lead by 12. Levine passes to Valanciunas. They kick it out to Murray. Here's Ellis. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to post. Green in the post. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Levine. Levine slams it home.
We see this time and time again from Levine. He has the ability to put the offense on his shoulders.
Butler against Levine. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Outside Levine. Wow, what a shot by Levine.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Warriors trail by 15. Curry finds Butler. Lets the three fly, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
Jimmy Butler taking it upon himself to get those 3 points back. He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
They kick it out to Murray. No good on the triple. And it's Butler with the ball for the Golden State Warriors. Moody from outside. Ellis with a rebound. The Kings lead by 12. It's stolen by Curry. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Launches it from deep. Rebound by the Kings. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's Ellis. Fires in the triple. And the Kings lead by 15.
Showing off those playmaking skills, Levine keeps his head up, makes the easy play.
Team's foul. Ellis. 4th personal foul. 2nd team foul.
.157 left in the game. Green with a screen on DeRozan. Moody from outside. Hits the trifecta.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Outside Levine. DeRozan, a screen on Butler. Here's Levine for 3. And another Sacramento 3.
The response. Levine hitting that 3 right back at you.
Sacramento foul. Ellis.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Kings.
You've got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break, converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Warriors trail by 13. Here's Green. Oh, Draymond finishing himself.
Got to reward the big man Green for running the floor. Excellent execution.
Sacramento has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Levine passes to DeRozan. There's the drive, and it's good. Credit Levine with the assist.
And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Good performance for the Kings.
Their transition game was the standout for me. Created a lot of extra pressure pushing the ball.
I agree. They took control of the tempo and were really dictating the terms of the game.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Zach LaVine.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
And he trims the lead to single digits. Now LaVine. And the dunk by LaVine.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And a deep 3 from Curry. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Now here's LaVine. Plenty of space. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. So a it's the Kings winning this one easily. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what